very caring and effective family member. In both aspects, at your personal and professional levels, this concept helps. So how do you express love? Pardon? Be there when you are wanted by them. You need to be there for people when they want you. In the sense, you need to invest some portion of your time when they require it, right? Please give a big hand, right? That is one very profound love, which is called as quality time. You need to understand, you can express love by spending time with them, not together time, not a time when the TV is on, but being totally available for the other person and spending quality time with them. That is one love language. When you make yourself totally available for the other person, it significantly shows your love for that person, and that could be very well recognized. What are the other 4 forms? Pardon? Sharing. See, these are at the feelings level. All these 5 languages are at the behavior level, right? Behavior is evident. That was why psychology has been renamed. Initially, psychology was defined as a study of human mind. Now it is being defined as study of human behavior. So anything has to be evident in terms of behavior. So one is spending, being available for the other person. That is quality time. How else? Accepting. What is the evidence for that? What is the behavioral evidence for that? See, I want you to focus that all these things are behavioral attitudes. They are only evident. They are only verbal forms. So one is being available. It's a physical act. At any given point, you be available for them. So that is one love language. Others, sharing. You are talking about sharing. What is the physical behavioral evidence for sharing? Is it sure? Are you sure? Maybe. Yes, I accept at this age it's a possibility, right? Thinking that it is a possibility. But we need to understand love should be having a physical evidence, right? Love cannot be understood just in terms of feelings and sensations. There should be a physical evidence. So how can you share? By giving gifts? Yes or no? By giving gifts. So giving gifts is one of the other powerful love languages. One is spending quality time. The other is giving gifts. Third one. What is the evidence for that? How can you show that you care for someone? Either by spending quality time or by giving gifts. What else? Pardon? Speaking through phone. Eye contact. This also could be a powerful eye contact, right? Using phone, right? The words could be positive or also could be negative, which would express your love and concern for the other person. Words of appreciation, right? Words of appreciation. So 3 things we have found. One is what? Being available, spending quality time. The second one is giving gifts. The third one is words of appreciation. Fourth one, giving hug, right? The physical touch, right? Physical touch is a very powerful love language. So 4 things we have found out. I'll tell it in the order. First one is words of appreciation, right? The second one is gifts. Third one, we are yet to find it out. The fourth one is quality time. The fifth one is physical contact or hugging or touching. It could be even in the form of just curling the hair, rubbing the hair, a shoulder tap, right? Shake hand, elbow touch. It could occupy any other forms. So 4 things we have seen. Fifth one. Evidence. I hope you are able to understand, right? Everything should be coming across as a physical evidence. Please understand, love is a verb. I would humbly request you not to fool yourself and also others by considering love as a noun. It's not true. We need to understand in interpersonal skills, the best evidence possible is love being exhibited as a behavioral aspect. Otherwise, people will never accept it. Maybe you will be doing a lip service to that, but in reality, it's not there. What is the third one? So first one, words of appreciation. Second one, gifts. Right? Fourth one is quality time. The fifth one is physical touch. Third one. Okay. A husband would be very, very happy with his wife, right? If his wife takes care of even small, small things. Polish his shoes, get his coat ready, get his tie ready, attend to small, small needs, right? Making him comfortable, anticipating his needs, providing a physical evidence for that, and that is called as acts of service. Are you able to get that? So 5 love languages. The first one is words of appreciation. The second one is gifts. The third one is acts of service. The fourth one is quality time. The fifth one is the physical touch. So these are the only 5 languages through which you can express love. I don't think any other thing apart from these 5 types are there. So you need to understand that although you choose to express love in one particular way, the recipient may choose to receive the love in some other form. Suppose the person whom you are dealing with wants the love to be expressed in one language, but if you don't recognize that, if you start showering him love in other love languages, he may not realize that. I just want you to understand that. For a boss, which would be the best love language? Quality time with your boss? It could be possible, but what is the most appropriate? Acts of service would be acts of service with the best language with your boss. So acts of service is simply not curtailing yourself as to what is expected of you, but going the extra mile and doing some acts of service through which you will be able to make your boss understand your acts of love. For a teenage son, which is the best love language? Words of appreciation? Gift. Gift would be the best love language for a teenage son. For a friend. For a friend. Hug. Quality time. Quality time would be the very most preferred love language for a friend. For a subordinate. Words of appreciation would be the most powerful love language for the subordinate. And for very intimate people, right? Very intimate people, it will be the physical touch. So please be aware as you move into your professional relationships. As a boss, you need to express your love through words of appreciation. As a subordinate, you need to express your love through acts of service. As a friend, you need to express your love through quality time. And maybe as a father, you need to, or father and any other responsible familial position, you need to express love through gifts and the physical touch. And please understand, the boss, when he expects in acts of service, he may not appreciate it in other forms. So it is highly imperative that we need to understand what is the other person's preferred love language and choose to express your love in that particular job. So I intend to wind off in 3 to 5 minutes by reciting a very interesting story, which could really be a very powerful attitudinal change. This story really happened in Thailand a few years before. There was a huge statue of a Buddha made of clay, a clay Buddha. And there were many monks, right, in that Buddha temple offering services to that clay Buddha. And suddenly a civil war ensued, and the monks felt that the Buddha could be unsafe here. So they wanted to transfer the clay Buddha into a deep, safe place in a deep woods. So they traveled by nights, carrying the Buddha with them. They hid in the daytime, and finally they reached their destination. When they were about to reach the destination, there was also rain. But at last they were able to reach the destination. They were able to store the Buddha safely. And somehow in the middle of the night, the head monk woke up. He was feeling uncomfortable. He wanted to check the Buddha statue. So what he did was he went to the Buddha statue and started looking at it, and he was amazed. He was finding golden light emanating from that statue. So he felt that it was a magic. Magic is taking place. The Buddha magic is being expressed. But on closer inspection, he found something else. What is it? The golden lights coming from the clay statue of a Buddha. Any possibilities? Obviously. It was, please let's acknowledge our friend here, right? It was a golden statue actually. So maybe many generations before, people fearing its safety have covered it with a layer of clay. And then the fact was forgotten, and everyone started assuming it's actually a clay Buddha. And in the rain that ensued before it was transferred to safety, the clay had peeled off, right? It has moved off, and the internal gold has started emitting light. The learning from this story could be that all human beings have a golden Buddha deep within. What we like or what we dislike is simply the clayey layer which we look at. But deep within, every human being is potentially divine, and there is a golden Buddha. So I personally, if NLP says that for developing a relationship, interpersonal relationship, you need to first match with the person and then lead. You should not start with a mismatch. You should not start with, you are from this state, I am from this state. No rapport building is possible. Maybe we both are from South India. That could create a state where you are able to match, and from there you will be able to lead. So the best match possible is every human being is a human being at the basic core. Every human being has a potentially divine core deep within. Every human being is a golden Buddha. So whomsoever it might be your rival, it might be your competitor. He might be even your a person who harms you, a person who troubles you. But deep down, please understand, he also has a golden Buddha. If you are able to approach any person with this concept, he is a golden Buddha, maybe I should not get stuck with a clayey layer, you'll be powerfully able to match with him, and from that platform, we'll be able to lead. So remember the 5 love languages. Remember that the golden Buddha is deep within every one of us. Try to approach people with that aspect, and victory will be yours. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. G. Ramasubramaniam.